Hi, my name is Sterling Makashima.
Hi, and I'm Ken Nakano.
Back in the Mountain View Obon Bazaar days, when I was a teenager, my favorite game was animal pitch or dime pitch. That was trying to get a dime on a plate to win a stuffed animal for a potential girlfriend or a girl that you were interested, or your date for that evening. The technique that I'd like to use after watching many of my friends was to hold the dime vertically and toss it in the air as high as you can to land on the dish, hopefully, and stay on the dish.
Yeah, I never really had a technique, even though we used to go practice at the Makashima's house in the front living room. We used to set up the poles with the dishes and practiced, and I could never get the technique down. So I used the two dime technique, which is placing two dimes together, and the idea was that the top dime would suppress the bottom one so that the bottom dime would hopefully stick and stay in the dish, and the top one will just pop off. This technique has its pros and cons. You might win faster, or you could spend your money faster.
As time went along, I guess our techniques got better and we used to win a lot of stuffed animals. And the people that were running the booth realized that too. So they moved from the larger glass dishes to the ceramic dishes, the smaller. I think some of them are like the Japanese smaller dishes, and that was really hard to do. So even our techniques that we had gotten patented down still didn't work on those smaller dishes.
Hi, I'm Russ Satake.
I'm Gary Higa. And I'm Ed Ryu.
And we're here to talk about our memories and other stuff with dime pitch. And so since my memories are probably the first in this group, since by virtue of age and stuff, I just remember that we all, really look forward to the Obon every year, ever since being a little kid. And of course, at first it was basically about the food, and then the little kids games, and then for myself, I think it was sometime probably around junior high when I started doing the dime pitch and perfecting my technique.
Yeah, I agree. The food was definitely the highlight of the Obon, but as far as games, I really liked the dime pitch a lot. I remember doing it when I was a teen, and still do it
to this day.
To this day, donating to the temple, many dimes.
And I'm Ed Ryu, and I am a member of Dime Pitchers Anonymous. So I got hooked very early on, about 35 years ago, when my wife and I got married, and I started working at the Temple Obon. I always made it a point that whenever I had a break, I'd shoot over to the animal pitch and play as much as I could. And it was kind of the highlight of a lot of my kids enjoying it. I enjoyed it, and it was in terms of the crowd, we always had a lot of folks around the booth, and it was a great fundraiser for us. I try to throw and please watch this very carefully. I throw it, so I try to throw it flat. So it comes down, and I prefer to hit the back of the plate so that it then bounces and stays within the plate. And that's been my kind of best way of throwing it. The other is there's a choice between aiming for the very small plate in the middle or the larger plates that surround the small plate where you get the bigger prize. And I've avoided aiming for the small plate, and I go for the larger plate.
You went for quantity versus quality.
Quantity versus quality, and the animals were smaller, but
trade in the small ones and get a bigger one.
That's exactly
that
right.
was my strategy. Well, I have I would say it's more like a basketball. So I flick it with a little bit of a backspin and trying to hit the back side of the plate and hopefully it hits it just right that it bounces straight up and then lands on the plate.
My philosophy is basically the same. So it's just trying to get, you know, enough of an angle with a backspin, and like you say, you have to hit it typically on the backside of the plate so it bounces up and hopefully settles in, which is a very low percentage of the time. I just heard that there was some, you know, some confessions earlier, but you know, what I've seen over the years, I've never done it myself, what I've seen over the years is people putting saliva on, you know, dime, or putting two dimes together. With saliva. I heard something about, you know, a grain of rice sticking two together. I don't know. I heard that from. Have you noticed? Have you seen it in person?
I've seen people put dimes together. Not sure if it's chapstick or a little bit of spit.
Go on.
or go on. It could be.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen and heard of folks going over the line. To me, that's going over the line. You know, it's a sport that should be played in a mature way. But yeah, all kidding aside, I think that it is. You know, we're out here. It's really a fundraiser. I actually enjoy watching people taking, and I've seen this happen, take a pocket of coins or dimes and throw it on.
Don't be shy, don't make a show. So Ed used to love this dime pitch game. So I go over to the dime booths and there he is pitching, and he's got animals, so many animals, and I said, you cannot bring that home, stop doing that. He goes, no, I asked all our nieces and nephews and they really need one. I said, I don't think so. So I said he could play as long as he didn't bring any of those animals home.